All right. I did not mean to do a countdown again. What's up, y'all? How we doing, guys?
Welcome to the Talk Tua podcast, where we're gonna unveil.
We found out who Pookie was today. Big day in the podcasting world.
Pookie the plumber.
Yeah, yeah, he was. He's just a normal guy. And fuck her for trying to hype it up as like he was some fucking big name guy.
Well, I guess Sam Darnold slid in her DMs or something, but I thought Sam Darnold already had a chick, so I don't really know what the truth is behind that.
Oh, well, that's interesting. But we have a true crime heavy show today, which I'm down with, because we always have fun with the true crime. So
yeah.
I'm more than okay with that. It's fine. Just to put a bow on the game last night, the Dolphins won 23-16. It was kind of a
I got to see the first quarter because I told you I had direct TV on my plane, but then signal cut out halfway through the plane, so I only got to see the first quarter.
I seen there was a tweet. It was someone was flying back on Sunday night, and when the Lions were going to kick, they had an announcement, and they ruined the fucking end of the game for these poor people, man.
Because when they make announcements, it cuts off all those seat back TVs.
Yeah, dude. And it showed the kicker walking up, getting ready to kick.
Yeah.
And I was announcement. I'm dude, I'd be fucking pissed, dude. It would totally be my luck. Totally be my fucking luck.
That shit barely went in too.
Yeah, dude. I got no people with the Lions, but they kind of remind me of the Chiefs a little bit. You can only live on luck for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At a certain point, it's going to turn into a loss for you.
And it was kicked by a dude that was laying bricks a week ago. Whatever the fuck. He was selling brick, not cocaine, but actual bricks.
Yeah. Yeah, like at Home Depot and shit. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see here. Man, we have a lot of good shit to get into today, tonight. Where to begin? Shit. I guess the logical beginning would be to be
the update on that Minnesota case.
Well, I was gonna say I think the logical place to start is gonna be to close out the Delphi murders, because after this it's over. This is it.
Yeah. I don't even know that much about that case, so I'll be going into that raw. I'll be going in raw.
So this is the one that we've had on a few times with the dude on the bridge with the teen girls and stuff. The one with
yeah. That's right.
The judge. Okay, so let's see here. I don't want to see the evidence. Did I really pick the wrong fucking article? Well, anyways, let me see here. Because there was a verdict reached today. I thought this one I picked, but I guess not. Let's go to IndyStar, I suppose. First one pops up here. Okay. So they did go ahead and find this gentleman guilty. Let me go ahead and put this up here. So we'll just put a bow on this here. No need to get too far into it. But they did find him guilty on all 4 counts. Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. Okay. So they did find Richard Allen guilty on all 4 counts in murder of the 2 teenage girls, Abby and Libby. A jury of 5 men and 7 women. Yeah, he was fucked, dude. 5 men and 7 women. You weren't convinced of 7 women. You didn't do that shit. Found Richard Allen guilty on all 4 charges in the deaths of Abigail and Liberty German. Jury convicted the 52. Man, he's still kind of young too. He's done.
I mean, and he's getting what? He's getting life.
2 counts of murder and I think it was 45 years or something. We'll see in a moment.
So that's basically life, unless he somehow gets
actually life for him.
Yeah, I mean, unless he has a chance.
The verdict is an affirmation of the years-long and at times criticized law enforcement. Yeah, I don't think he's getting out. Before the verdict was announced, Special Judge Francis Gull, the one who instructed all the jurors to watch comedies, But you know what, dude? It wasn't even like a long, drawn out trial. Like, was that even?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't
like, we covered this like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it wasn't an OJ trial.
What I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude? Right. Like,
hey, but I guess.
over,
hey,
right?
I guess those tactics worked.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? Honestly, it's not really. It's not a horrible. It's not a horrible idea for a judge to do shit like that, because if you make the jurors uncomfortable, they're not going to want to keep dragging it out.
They're not going to want to screw around.
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe it was a strategy for her, and if it was, it worked. Before the verdict was announced, Special Judge Francis Gull asked everyone in the courtroom to keep their composure, regardless of what the verdict is. People will not be happy. There was a gasp, followed by quiet sobs from members of Lily's family after the guilty verdict on the first murder charge was announced. Libby's mother, Carrie German Timmons, hugged the woman sitting next to her. After everyone was allowed to leave, Libby's relatives stayed to hug and thank Carroll County prosecutor, blah, 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 blah. There's a drawing of this gentleman. Members of Alan's family stood in a corner near the courtroom. They're like, come on, man. They're probably embarrassed anyway. Outside the courthouse, people began to scream guilty. Come on, leave the people alone.
Wait, Alan's murdered.
No. Yeah. So this is the guy. This is let me see if they have any like real pictures of him. Yeah, these are all court sketches.
You know what I always think? Like, sure. I guess not in every case, but like I'm kind of surprised this dude had a wife and did that. Like,
I know.
Most of the time, fucking murderers or school shooters or whatever are fucking, weird loners, not married people. Not married.
Yeah, they're like men. Yeah, they're like. Come on, put me back on, motherfucker. All right, we good now? Let's see. Come on. Load my shit. Come on, bro. Why am I not appearing? Am I showing now? Still not.
It shows your name, but it doesn't show.
Right. Now. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's kind of surprising that middle-aged married man, because think about serial killers, think about school shooters, they're weird loners. Not all the time, but I'd say 70% of the time, if not more, just off the top of my head.
Yeah, and also he had a daughter too. The daughter, which we spoke about Saturday, made a statement at some point that he had molested her and that she wasn't going to help him.
I assume the daughter's like grown, like probably closer to my age.
Yeah. She's like mid-20s. Yeah. So this is actually a short article, actually. Oh, okay.
Like I'm not downplaying any sort of other crime, but like, dude had a whole ass family and stuff, and he still was murdering kids. Like that's really like think about John Wayne Gacy. He was some weird fucking loner dude. He wasn't a married man with a fucking family.
Right. And the way it was, like, he found him on this bridge, which we talked about before too. The bridge was it was like a local legend kind of bridge, like, it was like a rite of passage to like become an adult. You got to go on the bridge, is what I think. Because like we have places like that here, to where it's like, you're not a man until you go to the insane asylum or something. You know what I mean? Like there's always something that you got to do in order to cross. So I think it was like an adventure kind of thing, and he just happened to fucking be there, and he was like, "Ooh, I have an opportunity."
Creeping.
But Gull had previously issued a gag order preventing law enforcement, prosecutors, defense attorneys, and the families from speaking publicly about the case. Captain Ron Galaviz, Chief Public Information Officer of the Indiana State Police, told reporters that the gag order will remain in place until lifted by the judge. Allen will be back in court for sentencing at 9 a.m. on December 20th. He faced between 90 and 130 years in prison. Good Lord, buddy.
He's done. He's Dunyan rings. I guess maybe I'm just not educated as in that part of the legal system, but like, what is the point of like, if a person's already older than 20 years old at any age, honestly, like what is the point when they say like, oh, they're sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences.
I agree. I agree, dude.
Like,
100 years is enough.
Yeah, like what's the point of saying 3 life sentences? Like you only get 1 life, you know?
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, and there's so many cases of there's like countless examples of that too, to where it's like they sentence a dude like 600 years. Like what are you gonna do? Keep his skeleton in the fucking cell?
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? Like it's over, bro.
Like, I get the shock value, I guess, but it's like everybody knows we only live once to be, fucking between 80 and 100 years old. And if you live in prison, you're probably not going to live that long.
Right. And I'm sure that's part of what it is too, is like, it's definitely shock factor shit to be like, wow, you got 400 years. You know what I mean? Like the way I see it is, I assume that they're factoring in like each life.
Yeah. That could be.
Like, because some people do live to be like 100, dude. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but they do. But think about any sort of prison conditions. You're probably not going to live to be 100 if you're spending life in prison.
No,
and a lot of people fucking kill themselves or get fucking murdered in prison.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the case was. There was a Netflix show about it, like last year, maybe earlier this year. It was like this Latino lady, like, and her husband or boyfriend like killed some little kid. Did you ever see that one?
It sounds kind of familiar.
But anyway, I saw a TikTok about it the other day, and they were talking about how horrible the girls' conditions are in prison. Because I guess one day, like the guard was like walking by doing a sweep, and he or she saw the girl who murdered the little boy like sleeping. She like banged on her cell and went, I can't believe you could sleep that well after killing a little kid. And then like ever since then, everyone in the prison knows what she did. So she gets her fucking ass kicked like 23 hours a day.
Yeah, and they always say it too. You always hear it too about that's true too. Like the people who murder kids and the people who like molest kids and touch kids and shit like that. You know, you always hear it. It's like, yo, you're not gonna allow it last long in prison, dude. That's like one thing that they don't play with. Like, if you're a cop killer or something, that's one thing. You might get respect for that.
And like sometimes there it is. The trial of Gabriel Fernandez. That's what it is.
I might have to pull it up on Netflix. I got Makos Mermaids on right now.
Yeah, I remember watching it. Like I think they like put him in a fucking closet or like they made this kid live. He was like a little kid.
Is that the one that was like in California or some shit? And like it was a whole family.
It was just like this Latino chick and her son, and then she had like a husband or a boyfriend, and they like abused and murdered this kid.
Oh, see, because
from what I can remember, it's been a while since I watched it. It came out either this year or last year.
There was one a couple years ago that was terrible.
Do you remember that one that happened in Cleveland like 12 years ago? That Ariel Castro one.
Yeah.
He had those girls like locked up in his basement for like a decade.
Yeah, and the one like ran out, and the black dude, he was
the dude missing teeth and shit, like was the superhero.
He was like I knew something was wrong when she came running to a black man. Yeah,
I remember that. And then that dude right after he went to prison, he fucking hung himself in prison. But what's crazy is I remember, I don't know, I just used to watch like when I was younger, I used to just watch like headline news a lot when I was a kid, or when I was just younger.
Like, shit like that, and in like court TV, like for some reason, like that shit was like intoxicating to me as a kid, dude. Like I had to keep watching.
Yeah, like this probably sounds stupid, but like when I was a kid, I loved watching Nancy Grace for some reason. Like I don't know why, but I just did.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
but I remember.
I think it's because like her show would always have like these fucked up cases. Like like as soon as you tuned in, you knew that you were getting something like twisted and fucked up.
Yeah, and it was current shit too.
But this is what I was talking about. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was shit that was like ongoing. So like you can turn on Nancy Grace tonight and turn on Court TV tomorrow and like see this fucking case.
Yeah. Like I remember when that Ariel Castro thing happened.
Oh, I didn't realize it was this long ago.
What?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying when I remember when that Cleveland thing happened, the Ariel Castro thing happened. They he was like an amateur musician. He played like the cello or some shit, like one of the big string instruments, and he performed on their local news channel, and they went back and found that footage and realized, oh, we were having this dude do a musical performance on our local news while he had the girls locked up in his house.
Jesus. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that one dude. They were questioning him, and he was just deadpanning the whole fucking time, to where he's like, he killed his neighbor or something. He killed his neighbor, and he had the long hair. His name was Stephen McDaniel or some shit. And I'll never forget his interrogation video. It was just so bugged out because the dude it was that one where the detective sits back in his chair this and shit, and the dude just fucking sits there the whole time. And he's berating him for hours, and he's like, I don't know. And it's dude, yeah, you do. You fucking killed her, dude. But this is the one that I was talking about here. From a desperate escape to revelations of shocking abuse, how House of Horrors case unfolded. So this was they did this shit to an entire family, bro. Here's a family photo of them all. What is it, stuck? The fuck? Oh no, wait, it's going. Oh no, it's not. Okay, 1 second. All right, let me see here. All right, so this was a whole family that they did this shit to. Here we go. So here's the entire family. They had all these kids.
Cat in the Hat.
So
shirt on.
Yeah. So here's the parents. The two parents. The one he's got the fucking.
He's got the fucking Patty. He's got the Patty Pimblett haircut.
Yeah. There you go. And there's the wife. And let me get down to. So here we go. Here's a bell. Right. Good Lord.
Okay. Listen, I don't know anything about this case, but judging by that haircut alone, he's guilty of whatever he did.
So, dude, there was 13 kids.
Yeah.
And they all got transported to the hospital from the shit they were doing to these fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get down to the details here. Okay. Hospital official. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Depraved conduct. Here we go. So now we can get down to the details here. This is how a California prosecutor characterized the abuse David and Louisa inflicted on their 13 children over a period of 7 years, bro. Torture, the prosecutor said, that included beating, starvation, and strangulation. At a news conference, Riverside County District Attorney Michael Hestron laid out a series of startling accusations about the conditions authorities discovered in Paris, which I guess is a county or city in LA. Hestron described at length the nature of the alleged abuse while noting it was only a snapshot of the case thus far. He said it appears that no one outside the family noticed what was happening. How, though? Hestron said the abuse the couple's children faced intensified over time as the family moved first from the Fort Worth area in Texas in 2010 to Marietta, California, and then to Paris in 2014. What started out as neglect became severe, pervasive, prolonged child abuse. This is a severe physical abuse. There's no way around that. This is depraved conduct. Among other behaviors, Hestron said the Turpins, including parents and children, slept all day and were up all throughout the night, going to bed at 4 or 5 a.m. The children were allowed to shower no more than once a year.
And had never seen a dentist.
No.
None had ever seen a dentist.
Nope. They last saw a doctor more than 4 years ago and were fed very little. But the dogs were healthy, so that's always fucking good.
The dogs were out back by the pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. The kids kept journals of their abuse. Well, that's always fucking good. Hundreds of journals were recovered, good Lord, from a children's home. Couple married when she was 16 and he was 23. Always the signs of a great relationship, for sure. Couple kept abuse hidden. I don't know how, though. The family... the family never came over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything.
Yeah, right. So, were these weren't genetic kids? Were they adopted or something? If there's 12 of them,
I don't know. So what ended up happening was one of the girls finally escaped and reached out to the police. So one of them finally got the balls to fucking get out of the situation and bring some attention to it.
Yeah.
One of the girls escaped, and I was always told the police had returned her. One of the girls did try to run away. It was probably 3 or 4 years after they moved in. Let's see here. The siblings are warm and loving. Well, if you live in that fucking that kind of shit.
So they were all genetic kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
This chick pushed out fucking 12 kids.
And then just took them home. Like
how many did the Duggars have? Like 16?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can find some like details about like what exactly they were living with.
Wait. Is that their?
That's like a family photo.
Look at that dude. That dude's so creepy. Look at his haircut. His Patty Pimblett haircut.
Dude, he looks like he's slow.
How did this? Wait, so when this chick birthed 12 kids, like, didn't the people at the hospital like notice something, like a pattern or anything?
Or I mean, like, and especially like, your kids never come for checkups or anything. Like, you're at the fucking hospital. Like, what the fuck, dude?
And were they? And I guess I would assume they were never like signed up for like, or enrolled, I should say, in like public school.
Yeah, I was about to say, so they'd never been to school. Like, so I guess there was a documentary about him. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. Living in squalor.
The Turpin.
They live in crime-ridden neighborhoods. Let's see. There's money for their education. They can't access it. I don't know. I don't think they had much money to go around. Yeah, I might do some digging on this. We may have to do a little bit more there.
There's yeah, it's from 20. The documentary's from 2018.
Okay. Yeah, because I think they got sentenced.
It looks like there's a few of them though.
Yeah.
It looks like there's one on Apple TV, and then it's called the Turpin 13 Family Secrets Exposed.
I thought you were gonna say the Turpin Derpin. I was about to say the fucking dad totally looks like a derp, dude.
He does. He looks like Steve Buscemi with Patty Pimblett's haircut.
Yeah. Like the young version of fucking of Tony 2 in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like the mullet and shit. Yeah. We'll have to research that and get back to it because it's definitely an interesting case. But let's get to the one that everyone's been waiting for here, about the evidence that led to the arrest of our 50-year-old cold case here, the 84-year-old murderer. Yeah. Oh shit, wrong one. Wrong one. No. Remove. Wrong one. 1 second, guys. We have a lot of tabs open. We have a lot of shit to get to. All right, let's see here. Okay, update. Evidence that led to the arrest of the Awatana man in a 50-year-old cold case. So, man. Yeah, dude, like I said, man, you hear that knock at the door and this guy answers it, just shoot me in the fucking head, dude. Like, look at him, man. Come on, dude. Shit is over. All right, let's see. News out of Rochester, Minnesota. John K. Miller, an Awatana man, was arrested on November 7th for the 1974 murder of Mary Scalias. As we detailed Saturday, Scalias was hitchhiking from Minneapolis to Chicago when the then 25-year-old was picked up and stabbed to death. In 1974, it wasn't unusual for someone to hitchhike their way from Minneapolis to Chicago. But it's stories like this are the reason that we don't let our kids do it anymore. True.
I saw that goddamn stocking cap.
yeah, dude. Yeah. The body of Scalias was later found in Dunn County, west of Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Eau Claire, I've been there before. It's right on the state border between Wisconsin and Minnesota.
50 years later, authorities stated they arrested Miller, and he admitted to the stabbing and killing of Scalias. I mean, dude, at that point, you may as well admit it. Your life is, you know what I mean? Like I said, like your life's over, dude. I mean, maybe his retirement plan was 3 hots in a cot kind of shit, dude. At least he knows where he's going. Is he don't have to worry about a meal or. Law enforcement mentioned the arrest would not have been possible without the help of an investigative genetic genealogy team from Ramapo College in New Jersey. The New Jersey team helped identify Miller as a suspect by analyzing hair follicle DNA from evidence left at the scene. David Gunny is the director of the IGG team and said that the team compared DNA genetics found at the scene with family trees from public databases across the internet. Okay, so they're getting into the details here. Our work begins once a genetic profile is developed from a biological sample has been uploaded to the two consumer genetic genealogy databases, Family Tree DNA and GEDmatch Pro. With cooperation from some of the cousins of John Miller, DNA cousins of John Miller, we were able to figure out who the unknown relative was. Gunny said that he and his team only provided a lead to law enforcement and were not involved in the arrest. It requires specialized DNA labs to first generate the genetic profile, and then that depends on law enforcement to confirm the lead and decide whether to make an arrest. It's a tool. They generated 17 leads for similar cases and have been assisting in 75 total cases. People out there who haven't taken a DNA test, please consider doing so. It could be your profile that helps bring justice to another victim. Miller is currently held at the Steele County Detention Center and awaiting extradition to Wisconsin. So there you go. If you've ever done a murder, see, that's the fucked up thing is like he didn't even do the 23andMe and the ancestry thing.
He just caught a stray bullet.
Yeah. It wasn't even him that did it. It was his family that signed up to do it.
He's been chilling, just watching fucking MASH for the last 10 years.
Yeah, he's watching Matlock.
Enjoying retirement, watching Bonanza and Beverly Hillbillies, and then the police kicked in his door last week.
Man.
So I guess if you're gonna commit a murder, and it's
I mean, realistically, right? I mean, it sucks for like his end of life shit. But if you commit a murder, I'd rather get found out when I'm 84 than when I'm 34.
Yeah, he's probably already in a home if he isn't already, and I'm not trying to sound shallow here, but how different is a fucking home compared to prison as it is?
Man, like I used to get calls from the bank.
A little bit better I guess the food's a little bit better in the homes, but that's about it.
I mean, like I used to take calls at the bank from these old people, and when they move into these facilities, like it's fucked up, dude. Like all of their money, like even if they make more than what the rent is, all their like their entire Social Security, all their pension goes right to the fucking nursing home.
Yeah, I've been to two of them to visit great grandparents. One of them was like a really like advanced one for like older people. Yeah, and it was like fuck, like I remember my great grandpa on my dad's side. I'd go visit him a lot. Like he lived in a home probably the last 7 years of his life, but it was like a nice like apartment, and they still had garages. Like people who lived in these could still drive. But then
so you weren't like locked down if you didn't want to be.
No. But then I went to my great grandma, and she lived in one too. The last 5 years, last couple years of her life, and this one was like way more advanced for like a way older and like slower people. And this shit was like a hospital. Like her room, like my great grandpa's, he had like legit like a luxury apartment. But my other great grandma on the other side that I went to, that one was like when I'd go there and visit her, it was like her apartment or whatever you want to call it was literally like a hospital room. That's what it was like.
Right. Yeah, there's like nurses.
She was still like able-bodied and shit too. Like Yeah.
And like another thing that I'd like to get into another episode too is how like it's fucked up. Like I remember I was telling someone at work this shit. You know who I'm talking about, but I was telling someone at work about this shit, and she couldn't believe it. And I'm like, dude, like hospice has turned into like a fucking like a scheme, like a fucking not money laundering, but like it's kind of like fraud. Like they send people to people's houses and shit to fucking like generate money. So they'll like put people in hospice who have no business being in hospice. Just to keep the company going.
Yeah.
It's fucked. It's like on a larger scale, like that solar power shit.
Yeah.
Or like people knock at your door and you're like, hey man, like, have you ever thought about switching your energy? And you're like, no.
Yeah. There's the main ones are solar panels. And then another one I used to they used to come to like my dad's house on like a Sunday during football. They'd like be soliciting these like vacuums that were like $200.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, and like my dad said, like, no, I got a good vacuum. See you later. And I remember this one time when they came to the door, my dad was like, I honestly feel bad for that guy because it's like everyone in the world can go buy a good vacuum at fucking Walmart for like $18 less. So it's like that dude might as well go fucking work at Starbucks where at least you're guaranteed a check. When you have those bullshit jobs, they're all commission based. And that was before like that was like 2014. Like I don't know anyone in their like I don't know, especially in this day and age, where shit is as unstable as ever. Like I don't know who in their right mind would take a fucking commission based job doing anything.
The best dude I ever seen do that shit. He was big on YouTube for a minute there when I think it was back in like 2014 too, around that time. The guy who would go door to door with the cleaning shit, the black dude. You know maybe. With like the fucking cleaning supplies, and he would like have a line for everything. Like he'd have a line for all kinds of shit. And he was entertaining and he was good at it. But you're right, like you're better off going and getting a job at Burger King because at least you're guaranteed that $300.
Yeah, like again, like all hats off to like realtors and shit like that. But like until I like we've talked about before, I'm either gonna be a celebrity or a 9 to 5. There's no in between. Like me and my dad have talked about this shit before, like in terms of like real estate or insurance, shit like that. Like my dad's like, there's no way in hell I could be one of those people who like makes $10,000 1 month and then makes nothing for the next 3. Like I couldn't do that. Like I need to know that I need to know that check is coming every 2 weeks, even if sometimes it's a little bit less because the pay period's shorter, shit like that. But like that's just how I am. And like, you know what? You want to know how like all these shill jobs like personal training or solar panels, like how often have you ever heard someone say, I've been a personal trainer for 20 years? I mean, like,
no, you're right. Yeah, it's generally it's always like a short-term thing.
Unless you're like fucking the dudes who used to like make the DVDs and shit, like Billy Blank or whatever. Again, how often have you ever heard a dude say he's been a personal trainer for 20 years? I'm sure there are out there, but like not like
very few and far
out of 10 times. And then also, how often do you hear someone say, "Oh, I've been doing door to door selling solar panels for the last 20 years"?
That's like some throwback shit, like Death of a Salesman kind of shit. Like you knock door to door for, what I mean? Like back in like the 60s and 70s. Yeah, I could probably see it.
Oh yeah, because there was like nowadays we can anything I want in the whole world from a fucking 12-pack of soda to a boat can be bought on this and delivered to my doorstep in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, like I do get the appeal back then.
Of course,
it's kind of like we were talking about before, like the Schwann's truck.
Yeah,
like it's hard seeing the Schwann's truck driving by, dude.
I haven't seen one. Now what's crazy is because I don't really carry cash, just as anyone. I don't have.
Yeah.
Maybe I should, but like I noticed in the summer at these apartments, an ice cream truck comes by. I'm always like, oh, I want to go get some shit. I want to go get one of those Sonic things or the Ninja Turtle or the fucking SpongeBob. Then I'm like, damn it, I never have any like cash on me. So
but you know what? By the same token, though, those enterprises, those businesses should have to fucking like adapt to our way of life now.
Maybe they do, but I just don't check, you know.
Yeah.
Like one thing that's really big here where I live is like food trucks and taco trucks, like what Quincy was talking about. And like most of them have like the fucking Square Cash, whatever, like on an iPhone or an iPad nowadays, you know. So it probably did. I just never checked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not at the age where I run up to an ice cream truck. So you're right. They might now.
Yeah.
They might take card. I'm not sure. So let's see here. Actually, before we get into more crime, I want to talk about something that Tua brought up. I think it was at the press conference last night after the game.
I saw his pregame. They had a pregame segment for him too that I was watching on the plane before the game started, and then the signal cut off.
And he was saying that he doesn't want to be the poster child for concussions. And I'm like, homie, you already are.
Yeah. Okay, then we're talking about the same thing, I think.
Okay, so it was the pregame. Okay. It's like, bro, you already are. You're already there.
You got 3 in 2 years, and they weren't even like there's the concussions where like a guy doesn't even know he fucking has it until they do the test. Right. And he had arguably like the worst concussions I have ever seen with the gang sign shit. Like how they always say like when a dude gets knocked out in UFC or something and he like falls over like his fucking elbows like up in the air and shit. That's how you know he's fucked up. Like when your fucking arms and shit are going full retard, like that's when you know it's bad. And that's happened to him every single time almost. So it's like
I was honestly surprised that they let him come back this year. I was thinking the NFL was going to block him and be like, "Nah, dude."
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like the NFL would. I don't know if they can't force him into retirement, but it's like, I guess he could be like talked into it. But it's like, I didn't think he was coming back this year. So, but it's crazy.
No, me neither. And especially, all things considered, he came back pretty quick.
Yeah, well,
I think it was like 3-4 weeks.
It was week 2 that happened, and
he was back right. So
it's about a month.
I mean, I give him credit. Like I give him credit for having like a warrior spirit and shit, and like want to keep going. But I mean, fuck, dude. Like at a certain point, like no matter, like especially these days, the contracts are guaranteed, right? Like you don't have to fuck. I mean, not all of it, but enough to where you never have to worry about anything again. You know, like, so it's his choice. It really is. It's his choice. And because especially with these fucking, the careers that these players have after playing, you can hop on ESPN. You can go on NFL Network.
Yeah, you can hop on ESPN. You can own a restaurant. You can do fucking kids camps. Shit, like you can do all 3 of those, or you can do one of them, you know?
Right. And I mean, like I said, I like the man in me has to give him credit for like wanting to go out there and keep doing the shit, But like long term, looking at it, I'm like, bro, you're gonna be eating like fucking pudding and shit by the time you're 40.
Yeah, or like I hope not, but wind up like Junior Seau or something.
Yeah, which is a terrible story too. When I was a kid, he was a big deal when I was a kid. And it's crazy that he played till I was pretty much a fucking adult, pretty much, man.
Yeah, he played till like his last year was like 06 in New England and he broke his arm. I think that was it for him.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, he was such a big deal that like they had books about him in like my school library, and I'm all the way in fucking New York. And back then he was in San Diego. So you're talking about like a coast to coast fucking different. Like he was a big deal, man. He really was.
I used to read all those like sports biography books when I was in like middle school. And when in my middle school library, I remember they had a book about the McMahons, like a kid's version.
Oh, really?
They had one about the McMahons, and then they had one about the Hardy Boys too.
Oh shit! Did you ever read them?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Did they like so? Were they written in kayfabe, like in character shit, or
no? It just kind of told like their life story basically, but like it wasn't like a thick biography book like this one. Like it was like one of those little like hardcover books, like with some pictures and shit in it.
Yeah. They weren't telling you about like Vince McMahon's cheating exploits and shit.
Not yet. This was 2000. This was 2007. Not yet.
Yeah. All right. Which story you want to get into here first? We have the propane tank explosion in Minnesota. We have the guy who basically like faked his disappearance, or we have the nurse that got murdered over in Buda. Where is it?
We can stay in the Midwest and do the Minnesota, and then the propane, and then the Wisconsin one.
All right, so we're going into all these cold. We haven't read any of these. The first two we were kind of putting a bow on things we've already covered, and we'll definitely stay on the 84-year-old murderer. Well, he got caught at 84. He'd do the murder at 34, but 84. He did it at 34. But let's see here. So get this going here. Make sure it's showing. Make sure I'm still good. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so a father and 5 children were hurt in propane tank explosion while getting toys in a devastating accident. The father and his 5 children did not smell. Propane. Yeah, Hank Hill is not happy right now. The father and his 5 children did not smell the mercaptan, the additive that gives mercaptan, the additive that gives propane its gas smell upon entering the storage container where the propane tank explosion occurred. A Minnesota father and his 5 children are in critical condition after a cigarette lighter ignited a leaking propane tank that exploded inside a storage container. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety State Fire Marshal determined that the one, oh my God, 100 pounds, Jesus Christ.
So it wasn't like one of those ones. It wasn't like one of those ones you put on your grill. It was bigger than that.
Right. Yeah, this has to be like a massive fucking one. Because even those ones that you sell at like Home Depot or you see sold like Home Depot or something, I don't even think those are 100 pounds.
Yeah. Those are probably 25. This had to be
50. Massive, dude. Right, yeah, at most, like 40, 50, yeah. The 100 pound propane cylinder, which is believed to be empty, contained enough leftover gas to fill the storage container to dangerous levels, according to a news release issued by the state agency. The father and his children entered the storage container in St. Paul on November 4th to grab some toys. The children who entered first, due to the father being unaware of the impending danger, did not recognize the distinct odor of the mercaptan, according to the state agency. It's an additive that gives propane its gas smell. Unbeknownst to the children and father, the spark from a cigarette lighter would set off the explosion. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Although the father and children remain in critical condition, they are stable. This family faces a long road to recovery, but they are bravely sharing their stories so no one else experiences such a devastating accident. We hope this family tragedy serves as a reminder to take precautions while storing and handling propane. They got some online fundraisers going for the family, which... I mean, fuck, dude, it's not going to be a cheap fucking, depending, how bad they were hurt. The GoFundMe, organized by Kara Frank, who identified herself as the boy's sibling, has a $50,000 donation goal. As of Tuesday, more than $95,000 has been raised. Wow, man. Stuff like this really does make you, not to be corny, but stuff like this really does give you hope and humanity sometimes. Like when people come together and shit for a good cause. As many have heard, my 5 little brothers were involved in an explosion. All 5 are in critical condition and have been life flighted to Hennepin, Minnesota for further care. My mom is a single working parent and is now taking time out to be with her boys. She could use any and all help given. The most recent update on the GoFundMe says the boys are stable and their vitals are looking good, but their burns range from 5 to 55%. Oh my God.
Their skin's they're gonna be all this, like, especially if it got on their face, they're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna look like what we thought Kane would look like when he took the mask off.
Yeah,
I just seen that clip the other day, and like, long term, the storyline made sense, right? Because like, okay, his psychological scars and all this shit, he wasn't really burnt and all this stuff. But you guys didn't fucking tell us that before he took the fucking thing off. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching the fuck guy rip his mask off, and I'm all hyping shit because they've been hyping this shit up for like my whole
mask off. Childhood. He took his mask off and his face just all black and oily, like he works at a mechanic shop.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this, man? And then, like with time, they explained that it was like, psychological and shit like that. But like, you can't build a moment up like that and not have him look disfigured, man.
It's almost as bad as remember that AEW match that was Kenny Omega and Moxley with it was like the timer thing,
Yeah.
and then the fucking the thing was gonna explode, and then it was like one little fucking firework that you buy at the fireworks stand.
And yeah, dude, yeah, and it was I want to say it was a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, it was the one that it was when they still only had like 4, and it was the one that was in March, which I always forget. Is Revolution, I think.
Okay.
Old Revolution.
There you go. Yeah, Revolution. Yeah, and like, man, you have to get that right. Like, you have to, bro.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse for it. The surgeon informed us that all of them will need surgery at some point. Man, the stays are going to be extensive and the medical bills are high, as well as mom being unable to be at work. JC Frank, who identifies herself as the boy's mother on the Caring Bridge donation page, continues to give updates. Announced one of them has pneumonia. Jesus Christ, man. Good Lord, man. Fucking terrible. As far as some safety tips, leave you guys with some tips here. Recommended tips to avoid propane incidents: store them outside. Yeah. Never assume a tank is empty, even a small amount of residual gas can create potentially explosive atmosphere in a confined space. Equip homes, campers, fish houses, and other areas with propane heating units with smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, and explosive gas detectors. I didn't even know they made explosive gas detectors. That's crazy. Some people may not be able to smell the odorant used in propane, making these detectors a critical line of defense. Yeah. The odor is present or detector sounds. People should evacuate the area immediately and call 911. So, yeah. Shit, man. Stay safe when it comes to these fucking propane tanks, dude. Good Lord.
Light up your cigarette 5 yards away from it.
I mean, and they said they had it in a storage container, and like I've been smoking all my life, and I've never thought to light up in a fucking storage container. Well, I've smoked all my life except for today. Zin's been saving me today.
You know how, like, if a guy gets caught cheating, a girl will, like, smash his windshield, shit like that.
Yeah.
I think the craziest shit I ever saw was, and I was actually here locally, like someone I don't really know, but I saw it on Twitter, and like some girl was mad at him or something, and she was trying to like fucking like blow up his gas tank in his car.
Oh my god! What'd you do? Put a rag in it, try to light it or something?
Yeah, or something like that. Like, yeah. It was years ago. It was like 2017, but still, it was just from what I can remember.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, what a terrible story that was. It wasn't really true crime, but it was fucked up. This is true crime, though. This guy. And, just by reading the headline, right?
The Wisconsin
I can kind of get where he's coming from, in a way. Let's see. Yeah. Because, who hasn't at one point in their life just thought about just being like, yo, I just want to up and dip. I just want to leave. Bro.
Yeah.
But, the normal fucking human being doesn't let it extend further than a thought. You don't up and do the shit.
Yeah.
So this guy let it extend further than a thought, and he went up and did it. Missing Wisconsin kayaker likely faked his own death, fled to Europe, and charges are possible, says the sheriff.
You can get charged with
and this is him. This is this. And look, he's happy as a fucking clam.
Well, that's probably
dude. Yeah, especially if they have like services for you.
Yeah. Or because like I've heard
especially if they have like services and shit for you, man. Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
I've also heard of people faking their death to like avoid paying tax, like they owe back taxes or some shit, and they fake their death to avoid paying it.
Yeah. Well, let's see what his reasonings were. Let's see. A husband and father of 3. Oh, come on, man. Really? A husband and father of 3. See, like, it'd be different if it was like you're a bachelor, you know what I mean? You just decide, you know what, I don't want to do this shit anymore. That's fine. It only affects you. Dude, you're a married man with 3 kids. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. I was on his side at first. Let's see, man. A husband and father of 3 who vanished at a Wisconsin lake this summer faked his own death and fled to Eastern Europe, authorities said. And the sheriff is now urging the missing man. I don't think he's going to come forward, buddy. He's urging him to come forward.
You're going to have to
Our most important thing, I mean, why at that point, dude? If you're already over there, hopefully he was smart enough to go somewhere without like an extradition treaty with us.
Yeah.
But let's see. Our most important thing for us is to know that you're safe. No, that's them trying to get you to fucking don't walk into their trap, dude. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, right.
We can talk through all this and we can work things out. No, we can't. No, we can't, bro. I just did the ultimate fucking thing and faked my fucking death. There is no working this out.
There's no sorting this. Like how they teach us when they're kids, use your words. There's no that here.
No. The case began on the morning of August 12th when authorities learned Borgwart, 45. What a name. Oh, Lord.
He's straight out of Harry Potter.
Yeah. That's why I went to Eastern Europe. He hadn't returned home and was last known to be on Green Lake, according to the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office. Borgwart last texted his wife on the night of August 11th saying he was turning his kayak around and heading to shore soon. Officials discovered Borgwart's overturned kayak and life jacket in the lake, authorities said, and they later found his fishing rod and tackle box. Responders believe the missing dad drowned, and they scoured the lake using divers, drones, sonar, and cadaver canine. Yeah, see, dude, like when they start doing shit like that, you can definitely be charged, bro.
Yeah, that's true, because you wasted resources. You wasted time and resources of law enforcement. So that makes sense.
The search continued for about 54 days with no sign of Ryan. Guess why? Because he was over in Eastern Europe. The sheriff said
he's having some Romanian street food.
Yeah. And look, man, they're doing this shit daily, bro. Near daily drone searches were completed, and Bruce's Legacy, a volunteer search organization, methodically searched approximately 1,500 acres. Keith Cormacan, who leads Bruce's Legacy, sifted through hours and hours of sonar data and images. Keith's expertise and equipment led us to believe either something very odd occurred and Ryan was outside the area that had been searched, or something else had occurred. The case took a turn in October when investigators discovered Borgwart's name had been checked by law enforcement in Canada on August 13th. Authorities also learned that Borgwart had been communicating with a woman from Uzbekistan. Uh-oh. We got some Uzbekistani pussy up in here now.
He's going to go live a new life.
Yeah. He had enough of his wife and his kids for some chick from Uzbekistan. What the fuck? Other behavior included clearing his browsers the day before he disappeared, inquiries about moving funds to foreign banks, getting a new life insurance policy, obtaining a new passport, and replacing his laptop hard drive.
Did he change it? Did he change his name?
I don't know. I was totally shocked, Podol told ABC News on Monday. It was just unbelievable that we would have a case like this where some party actually staged his death. Yeah, you don't hear it too often, dude. I got to agree with you. Authorities have stopped searching the lake.
I hope so. Call off the dive teams.
As far as we know, he's someplace in Eastern Europe. Investigators are looking into what charges could be filed, adding that's a work in progress. Authorities hope to pursue restitution for the expenses of the search. He wasted a lot of my time and it cost me a lot of money, Cormacan of Bruce's Legacy said. Podol said it's not clear if Borgwart was given help, and he urged anyone with information to come forward. Podol praised Borgwart's wife, whom he said was not involved, calling her a very, very strong lady. I was there when the sheriff broke the news to the whole family, and it was pretty, pretty heart-wrenching to see. They're the ones that are going to really struggle. Well, shit, man. We got to keep it. We got to keep tabs on this one, dude. Because now I just have more questions now.
Daddy ran off with his Uzbekistani mistress.
Like, and I'm like, obviously they met online somewhere, but like, I have so many questions now. Like, what does she look like?
Yeah.
You know, like, because me and you talk about it a lot. Some, you know, if she's an Uzbekistani dime, I don't know. I don't know about faking your death, but I could totally see fucking like going over there. I could see
but not
that.
faking your
But
death.
fuck,
But
dude,
again,
at least do it the right way.
He didn't think this through enough, and now he's the example.
Yeah, like, yo, I mean, at least fucking, you know, at least like do it the right way and break it off with your wife.
Yeah.
Or something. Don't fucking say you went kayaking and fucking tipped over and fucking died, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? And I guess, you know, because all they really have is that he got stopped in Canada, right? So if he never went through the port of entry, it's probably just like the guy from Saturday, the 50-year-old murder dude. It was just one thing. It was just one thing. Dude. Yeah. And honestly, it's kind of impressive with all the technology and shit we have now that really the only thing that really got him was fucking being like identified by Canadian police.
Yeah.
The Canadian.
I wonder how he did though. Was it like a traffic stop, or I wonder how?
Well, that's another thing too, because like I highly doubt he took his car, because like you would think that the family would notice.
Yeah.
And like, if you're gonna fake your death, your car has to be at the scene.
So I'm assuming his car was at the scene. So like he must have been picked up by somebody, and then he had this shit almost elaborately planned out. You know what it kind of reminds me of? He's like still on the FBI's most wanted list. He might even be like the top 1 or 2. And I think this happened when I lived there, or like right after I lived there. That Robert William Fisher dude who like killed his family and then blew up in Phoenix. And then like he took off, and then like his dog and his car was found like 2 days later, but he's never been seen again. And some people say like he went and killed himself right then and there. Some people say like he's living a new life like in Mexico or Europe or something like that. But it's weird. It's cases like that. Like, how do you not know anything? You know, but you know, we caught Osama bin Laden, you know,
in a fucking cave.
Yeah, in a fucking cave in the fucking desert.
Yeah. But you just gave me an idea. Let's take a look at the top 10 most wanted fugitives right now by the FBI. All right. So first we'll go by name. Actually, let's try to make it fun, right? We'll go by name, and then we'll try to guess what they did. And then we'll click on them, and we'll see exactly what they're wanted for. So number 1, I'm assuming he's top because he's first here.
Is this the FBI?
Yeah.
Oh, FBI.gov. I don't see that. I don't see that guy. I don't see that Robert William Fisher dude anymore. Maybe they took him off and he's presumed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe he like slid off the list, or maybe he was found dead. I don't know. But first up, we have Arnaldo Jimenez. What do you think he did?
Drug trafficking.
I'm gonna say some like cartel shit with like murder mixed in. Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
Number 2, we have Omar Alexander Cardenas.
I'm gonna say some sort of like capital murder.
I'm gonna say kidnapping for this guy. I'm gonna say like some kind of like crazy kidnapping shit. Maybe like a kidnapping ring.
Third dude, I'm gonna say some sort of like human smuggling.
All right, human trafficking kind of shit. I can see that. I would say cartel activity, drug dealing, murder, like all the cartel shit rolled into one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy, he hadn't been on the list a minute. It's just black and white.
Yeah, I've heard his name before, but I don't remember. I'm gonna say some kind. I believe I'm gonna say some kind of. He's the only name I recognize. I'm gonna say some kind of murder.
Okay. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, he does have a murderer's face. I can see him like macheting somebody, dude. Yeah, I'll go with murder. Okay.
Try that.
Kumar Chapatani Patel.
Scam calls.
Yeah, sir. No, sir.
He was running a scam call ring.
I would not be surprised. Shit. Shit. Now that you got my mind there, I can't think of anything else. Because you don't see too many Indian people who are murderers. You don't see, you know what I mean? Like their thing is very particular, and it always has to do with money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna side with you. It's some scammy shit, dude. This guy down here, number 6, he looks like a killer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some sort of murder. Some sort of either gang, like high up gang activity / murder.
Yeah, and we have a pure-blooded American. It looks like here.
I'm gonna say this dude ran some sort of fucking child sex ring.
I'm gonna say like some ransom shit, dude. Like he abducted somebody, wanted a payment for it. We have what a name. Vitel Innocent. His last name's Innocent.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say money laundering.
Okay, I can see that. And I mean, whatever he's accused of, he didn't do it. He's innocent.
Yeah.
Last name's Innocent. You gotta cut him a break.
Like, think of the irony that your last name is Innocent and you're on the FBI 10 most wanted list.
Yeah. I can see him killing somebody, dude. I can see him killing multiple people. I'm gonna say mass murderer of some sort. I don't know if that means like guns or whatever. We have Wilver Villegas Palomino.
I'm also gonna say like human smuggling on this one.
Yeah, definitely some cartel activity here.
And then the chick. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say drugs for this guy.
And then the chick, I'm gonna say murder.
Yeah, chicks are synonymous with murder. So you want to start from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Let's do 10 to 1.
All right, so let's see what Ruzha Ignatova is all about here. Let's see.
Oh wait, it was at the top there. It's at the top.
Oh, was it?
Go back.
I thought I kind of posted.
Yeah,
conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Okay.
Conspiracy to commit money laundering. Conspiracy to commit securities fraud. I guess sometimes women are like the patsy in the white collar shit.
Well, not and see like this is what makes women dangerous, right? Is that
they deceive you with their good looks.
Yes. And right. And like you look at her and you're like, nah, she wouldn't be involved in nothing like that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then unfortunately, I mean, I've had no experiences with shit like this, but
she was
dude, look, this bitch is brazen as fuck, dude. She's on like press conferences and shit promoting some
like a fucking TED talk or some shit.
Yeah, dude. I wish videos worked on here. I'd like to play it, but it don't fucking work, man. She's from Bulgaria. Okay, so we do get some info here. Rewards. Let's see. 5 million, dude.
It's a crypto. I'm reading the caution thing. It's a crypto thing. Ignatova and others are alleged to have defrauded billions of dollars from investors all over the world. Ignatova was the founder of OneCoin Limited, a Bulgaria-based company that marketed a purported cryptocurrency. So this is kind of like the Sam Bankman-Fried shit, you could say.
Yeah. Just on like a larger scale. She must have got in with like billionaires and shit. In order to execute the scheme, she allegedly made false statements and representations to individuals in order to solicit investments to OneCoin. She allegedly instructed victims to transmit investment funds to OneCoin accounts in order to purchase OneCoin packages, causing victims to send wire transfers representing these investments. Throughout the scheme, OneCoin is believed to have defrauded victims out of more than $4 billion fucking dollars, dude.
She's going away forever whenever she does get caught.
Yeah.
So I hope she's deep in a cave somewhere.
She better hope so. All right, let's see about Mr. Villegas Palomino here.
Narco terrorism, international cocaine distribution conspiracy, and international cocaine distribution.
All right, let's find out some facts about this guy. Let's see. Aliases: Carlos L. Perico,
Wilver Villegas, Wilver Palomino.
All right, they're offering $5 million for this guy too. He's a high-ranking member. Oh shit, of the National Liberation Army. Oh fuck, dude. And is wanted for drug trafficking activities for the ELN Northeastern War Front and the Catatumbo region of Colombia in Venezuela. Federal arrest warrant was issued United States District Court on February 13th, 2020, after he was charged with narco-terrorism. But what does that actually? I'm assuming narco-terrorism means drug dealing. I'd assume like
I'm assuming narco-terrorism means like hurting people because of drug-related situations.
So I'm assuming probably fentanyl shit then.
Yeah.
I mean, cocaine's bad enough as it is. But you add in fentanyl with it and you're killing people and shit more than just you would someone ODing on coke. So here's Mr. Innocent.
Conspiracy to commit hostage taking, conspiracy to commit hostage taking resulting in death, attempted hostage taking resulting in death. Well, it doesn't matter what they say he did because he did it, just judging by that face.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Let's see. He's only 2 years older than me. Okay, from Haiti. Let's see. He is the leader of the gang Craze Bear. Okay. Allegedly worked together with the gang of 400 Mawozo. I remember this. When they kidnapped the Christian missionaries.
I think I remember they were on. Yeah, I think I remember something about this too. That they were on a mission trip.
Yeah,
I remember this.
Kidnapping of 17 Christian missionaries in Haiti, including 5 children, one as young as 6 months old, well, 8 months old actually. The hostages were allegedly held at gunpoint, and most remained captive for 61 days. The gangs demanded ransom payment for each of the victims. Additionally, under the direction of Innocent, there's alleged that in October 22, the Craze Bear gang kidnapped a United States citizen in Haiti and killed the second United States citizen during the kidnapping attempt. So, there's that. All right, here we go. I believe this is the only American we have on the list. Let's see what our country. You were right. You called it, buddy.
I did it.
Right on the fucking money.
The handlebars gave it away to me. It was the goddamn handlebar.
Right on the money. He has a scar on his chest, his groin, his left calf, and both legs and both. What the fuck is he getting into, man? He has a tribal print tattoo. I think this might be the only white dude with more scars than tattoos.
Yeah. He has a tribal paint tattoo on his right shoulder. He's Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief.
Here it is right here, too. It looks like the one Goldberg has, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another good one of them.
Ooh, yeah. I've seen that. That one's right. That one, he took that one for Plenty of Fish.
yeah. That and like his Facebook, yeah. He was last known to reside in Franklin County, Missouri. He has family in Missouri and Kentucky. He is known to visit casinos and has traveled to Florida in the past. Well, if you live in the Southeast or the Midwest, who hasn't been to Florida?
Yeah.
He is wanted for alleged sex trafficking of at least one child in Missouri between approximately 2013 and 17. It is alleged he did knowingly attempt to recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, maintain, patronize, and solicit a person whom he believed was under the age of 18 years old, would be caused to engage in a commercial sex act. What the fuck is a commercial sex act? Is it
like advertised on like the deep web or some shit?
Oh, maybe. Oh, you might be right. Yeah. All right.
I was right on this one too. Unlawful flight to avoid prosecution and murder.
All right. Oh, dude, there's surveillance video of him.
Dude looks like he hangs out at the Valley Mall in Yakima, Washington. He murdered his former girlfriend. I feel like I saw this on like America's Most Wanted.
Should be considered armed and extremely dangerous, by the way. So $250,000 for him. Castillo's last known residence was in Charlotte, North Carolina. He has ties to Phoenix, Arizona. He was seen crossing into Mexico and may reside in San Francisco. De los Romos, Aguascalientes, whatever.
or Pabellón de Arteaga Aguascalientes. He also may have traveled to the Mexican states of Guanajuato or Veracruz. He may wear his hair short and shaved on the sides. Alejandro Rosales Castillo is wanted for his alleged involvement of a coworker in Charlotte. I thought it was his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend. In 2016, the female victim's vehicle was located at a bus station in Phoenix, Arizona on August 15th, 2016. So he killed her and then stole her car and drove it to Arizona and presumably crossed the border after that.
Yeah. And I guess, well, no, he didn't leave her body in there. But victim's body
was found in North Carolina.
Yeah, with a gunshot wound to the head. What a sick boy he is. All right, we are on to our top 5. All right, I'm excited about this guy. It's got to be some kind of like wire fraud scam kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see. No, oh my God. I'm shocked.
Surprised. I didn't think they were violent like that.
No, me neither, man. I'm honestly shocked. First-degree murder, second-degree murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and dangerous weapon with intent to injure. Man, what did you do, bruh? We're about to find out.
No, wait, go back up. One of those pictures, was he working at like fast food or something?
Yeah.
He had a hat and a headset on.
Yeah, he's got the computer behind him.
Yeah, he's working a fucking Steak and Shake or some shit.
I wonder if the FBI like blurred out the logo or blacked out the logo.
Yeah, so Checkers doesn't get a bad rep.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let's see here.
Oh no, donut shop right there. It says employee of donut shop.
So probably like Dunkin' or something or Starbucks
or Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. So $250,000 for him. Last seen in Newark, New Jersey, and he is wanted for allegedly killing his wife by striking her multiple times with an object while they were both working.
He did it at work. A local arrest warrant was issued in the District Court of Maryland to Anne Arundel County on April 13, 2015, and Patel was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and dangerous weapon with intent to injure. So he's been on the run for almost 10 years, and he probably went to fucking India, and there's so many people there that he's lost.
If he ended up going back home, you ain't catching that motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I don't know, man. As far as the weapon, like, what I don't get, how they charge him with both first and second degree murder?
I was gonna say that, and you beat me to it. It's like he didn't kill 2 people; he killed 1 person.
I was expecting, when I clicked on it, I was expecting him to have been going on like a fucking rampage or something, dude.
Yeah.
What the
airing
fuck?
A place out.
Yeah, man, that's really uncharacteristic for an Indian dude, bro. Like, I'm not standing up for other races at all. But I think this may be the first case I've ever heard of an Indian guy
getting truly violent. Truly violent.
Like I see videos and shit of like people like starting with them and then they get defensive.
Yeah, like fighting in a fucking gas station for 5 minutes, not fucking murdering someone.
No, right. And like it's always self-defense. Like, someone comes in and they're like trashing the store or something, the dude bugs out or something, does something back. Yeah. I've never seen it just to be like, you're annoying me. I'm just gonna bash you in the head with like a coffee pot or something.
Yeah, go fucking dunk her head in like the hot glaze.
Yeah. Drown her in the chocolate. Yeah. All right. Alexis Flores, let's see what you're up to, buddy. Unlawful. Yeah.
Kidnapping and murder. Yeah, this was the only one I recognize. I just recognize that mugshot for some reason.
He has fled to Honduras. So
has ties to Honduras.
Oh, ties. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And they're offering $250,000 for him as well. And he's wanted for his alleged involvement in the kidnapping and murder of a 5-year-old girl. You're a piece of shit, dude. You should die right now. The girl was reported missing in late of July of 2000. and was later found strangled to death in a nearby apartment in early August of 2000. Bro, 24 fucking years.
Again, even if he fled to Honduras or some shit, we supposedly found Osama bin Laden in a fucking rickety cave in the middle of fucking nowhere, but like we can't find these people or even a trace of them.
Especially 20, like, how long did it take us to get bin Laden? Let's see.
It was 2011, so 10 years basically.
10 years. 20 fucking years for this guy? Like, come on, dude. All right, let's see number 3. Let's see what we got here. Rico.
Oh, I said drug trafficking or like drug shit.
Yeah. Possession of machine guns.
Cocaine importation conspiracy.
Yeah. And we got possession of machine guns. Hey. And conspiracy to possess. See, now, this is what I don't like now. Stop with the conspiracy shit. Either he has the fucking machine guns or he fucking doesn't.
How is that an additional charge? Like, if you went through with it, then you did it. You didn't. Why do you get charged with planning to do it and then you actually do it?
Right. Yeah. Nah. One of them got to fall off. One of them has to fall off, man. Oh, dude, he's a leader at MS-13. Oh, no, wait. Oh. Leader of MS-13 added. Okay. Let's see. 5 million for him. Ooh. All right. Well, let's see here. He is charged federally in the Southern District of New York. Oh, fuck, dude. Okay. Yeah. My neck of the woods. Okay. With racketeering conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, and possession, and conspiracy to possess machine guns. Oh, he is the leader. As the alleged leader of MS-13 for all of Honduras, he allegedly controlled MS-13 criminal activity in Honduras and provided support and resources to the MS-13 enterprise in Central America and the United States with firearms, narcotics, and cash. He is also allegedly responsible for supporting multi-ton loads of cocaine to Honduras.
Fucking drums of cocaine.
Yeah, dude. Through Honduras to the United States, and then ordering and participating in murders of rival gang members and others associated with MS-13. This case is being investigated by Joint Task Force Vulcan.
Sounds like something from Star Wars.
Yeah, dude. I think one of your boys popped in here. Hey, what's up, man? We're looking at the FBI.
We're looking at the FBI 10 most wanted list. First, we guessed what each one did. And then we're going through and seeing what they actually did. And we've been right on the money on a few and then way off on a few.
Yeah, like this Indian guy up here.
We thought he was like doing a scam call ring like per usual, but he beat his fucking wife to death in a donut shop.
At work. At work.
They were both on the clock.
Right. So they're both working at some donut shop in Newark, and see, they got him charged for both first and second degree murder, but that's fucked up to me because it's either first or it's second.
Yeah, so he only did one. He only killed one person.
Right. So it's like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing here? You know? But yeah, Jesus Christ is right. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're saving the best for last. We got the top 2 right here.
Yeah, we got top 2 right here. All right, Omar, let's see what you did, buddy. Murder. Okay. It must have been a lot of murder for you to fucking be on here. Number 2.
Yeah, right. People die every day.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Wanted for his alleged involvement in the murder of a man in unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. Doesn't this happen like every day though? Why is this guy on the 10 most wanted list?
He said he looks like he eats people. Yeah, he could.
I was thinking something along those lines. Like I said murder, but I thought like he was like cutting people up and shit. Like, oh, here's the context. Is wanted for the alleged involvement in the murder of a man that occurred on August 15th, 2019 in a large outdoor shopping center in Silmar, California, immediately next to Los Angeles. It is alleged that he fired several rounds from a semi-automatic handgun at the victim, striking him in the head and causing his death. A local arrest warrant was issued for Cardenas on April 3rd, 2020. Why was there a warrant for his arrest like 9 months later?
Yeah.
In the Superior Court of Los Angeles County, after he was charged locally with murder, a federal arrest warrant from the United States District Court, Central District of California was issued. Why did it take 2 years to get that, though? And again, Of course, this is fucked up, but like people are shooting and killing each other like every day in every fucking city in America. Like, why?
No,
I don't understand why
this
guy of all people has it.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what makes this guy stand out any more than anybody else. Like you said, there's especially in California, there's shootings and shit all the time.
Yeah, because there's a heavy gang activity and shit. So like,
yeah,
you know.
All right,
again,
and
happens.
Drum roll, please. We have our number one. Do I have a drum roll in here? Let me see. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what we got here for number one. See how bad this guy is.
Same thing.
Oh, what the fuck, man? First degree murder. All right, let's see. 100,000. So I wonder if we end up going backwards unintentionally, because the way it's set up, you think that one, but I think it went 1 to 10 based off of like rewards and shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like some of them in there were 250K, and some of them were 5 million. So I don't know if this was just maybe in no particular order or what.
Yeah, it could have been.
Drum roll sounds like an 80s wrestler theme. It does. It sounds like fucking Big Boss Man.
You know, I fucks with Big Boss.
Yeah, hey, Big Boss Man, the correctional center. So it's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Good one. Yeah, you're right. All right. He also killed his wife. The day after the wedding. Yo, you deserve to be number one, you piece of shit, bro.
Why the day after their wedding? So he like paid to have a wedding and shit and then died?
No, he killed her the day after the wedding. Like, all right.
Oh, yeah, I know, but why have the big expensive ceremony if you're just gonna kill her?
She must have said something. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to think that unless it was to get citizenship.
Let's see. He could be that. Maybe his wife did have some money.
Yeah.
Arnaldo Jimenez is wanted for allegedly killing his wife on May 12th, 2012, the day after their wedding. He allegedly stabbed his wife in his black four-door 2006 Maserati, then allegedly dragged her body into the bathroom tub of her apartment in Burbank, Illinois. Jimenez was charged with first-degree murder by the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, and a state warrant was issued for his arrest on May 15th, 2012. A federal arrest warrant was issued by the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division on May 17th, 2012, after Jimenez was charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. So he's been on the run for 12 years.
And he may have fled to Durango, Mexico, specifically in the area of Santiago.
Papaquiro.
Yeah. He may also frequent Reynosa. He's previously resided in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a very good question. Like, why would you have this whole like
I don't know. Like, maybe they just had a courthouse wedding, or maybe they had the big ass wedding with the fondue fountain and shit like that.
Even so, the day after is some sick shit, man.
Yeah, either way, you know, like he was there's no way he wasn't plotting that shit.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, you know, like to an extent, like your wife deserves like a little bit of a grace period to be a bitch after you get married, bro. I mean, like at least give her a month before you fucking start doing shit like this. Like, come on, man, what's wrong with you, bro? Man. The day after some sick shit, man.
I mean, we're on the topic of sick shit.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta send a text real quick. So I started reading this on the plane yesterday.
Yes.
It's Marilyn Manson's autobiography called The Long and Hard Road Out of Hell.
Yes.
And I only read the first chapter so far. And I totally get why he became one of the weirdest motherfuckers ever. Like, I will find it in an excerpt. Okay, here's a little excerpt. Okay, so like the book starts out, him and his cousin would go to their grandparents' house every week and play and fuck around like kids do.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. So basically the gist of it is that his grandpa was like this weird, like fucked up, creepy, like porn addict, all this stuff. So here we go. At first, all we wanted to do was sneak downstairs and spy on grandfather. He doesn't call him our grandfather. He just calls him on grandfather, like some old school fucking, 19th storytelling. On spy on grandfather without him knowing. But once we started discovering everything that was hidden there, our motives changed. Our after-school forays into the cellar became half teenage boys wanting to find pornography to jerk off to, and half a morbid fascination with our grandfather. Nearly every day we made new and grotesque discoveries. I wasn't very tall, but if I balanced carefully and my grandfather's wooden chair, I could reach into the space. Hold on. Sorry, I lost my. I could reach into the space between the mirror and the ceiling. Then I found a stack of black and white bestiality pictures. They weren't from magazines, just individually numbered photographs that looked like they had been handpicked from a mail order catalog. There were early 70s photos of women straddling giant horse dicks and sucking pig dicks, which looked like soft, fleshy corkscrews. I had seen Playboy and Penthouse before, but these photographs were in another class altogether. It wasn't just that they were obscene, they were surreal. All the women were beaming real innocent flower child smiles as they sucked and fucked these animals.
What the fuck? When did this book come out?
This book is kind of old, actually. It came on like 90. Copyright 1998. So this is still when he was like getting there in popularity,
Wow. This is something that I thought he would have done like somewhat recently to try to get his name back out there.
I think he has like he has another like memoir book too, but this is like his first one. I heard people talking about this book on a podcast and how fucked up it was. So on a different podcast about how fucked up it was. So I'm like, oh, I got to read this shit. So I scooped it off Amazon and like I'm one chapter in and I'm like, wow, kind of makes sense about why he became like one of the weirdest motherfuckers ever. Don't get me wrong. He actually like unironically
he had like the first. Like to me, like
go ahead.
Yeah. He doesn't make bad music.
Yeah, so like I unironically like a decent amount.
It's easy. Yeah.
And like when you listen to
it's easy now.
Go ahead. We keep overlapping, but go ahead.
So it's easy nowadays, like spread rumors because of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, when I was in school, when I was in like middle school, it was like common knowledge, and it was made up. It wasn't true, but everybody believed, and this is like all over the country. Like you could, and I know this because like AOL was around and shit.
Yeah.
And you could ask other people, like AOL and Semester was around. You could ask other people like chat rooms and shit. And like everybody was under the assumption that he removed a rib to suck his own dick.
Yeah, every kid. Yeah. That was a rumor in every middle school and every high school and all that shit, but it wasn't true.
Right. But it's just like how the fuck like that shit spread across all over the country without the help of social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I first heard that when I was in like 7th grade, which was 2008, 2009. Yeah. And there was back then we all didn't have iPhones in our pockets. All I had was a home desktop computer, and that's where I would find out anything,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, especially because like I want to say he blew up like the early 2000s, I want to say.
Yeah, like his real like uptrend was like late 90s, early 2000s, and like
and like we were spreading rumors and shit about this dude like it was true. And like I said, like every fucking kid in every classroom believed that shit.
Yeah. like I was saying, like I unironically like a decent amount of his music, and if you hear his interviews, like both old and new, like he's a smart, like interesting dude, you know. But I mean, he's been accused of a lot of fucked up shit, like in recent years about like sexual assault and sexual abuse and all this stuff. It's weird that he used to be with that Evan Rachel Wood chick, which was weird to me because he's like this scary dude with white face paint. She's like this little ditzy little fucking actress. I'm like, I don't see like the dynamic of compatibility here.
Yeah, and she ended up fucking talking shit about him, accusing him of all this shit, and fucking And that's how. Well, I'm not sure if that's how, but at the very least, that's how him and Kanye reconnected. For the Donda album was because he was getting dragged by the media as well.
Yeah, I totally forgot about when he had Marilyn Manson posted on the block on the Donda show.
Bro. Iconic, dude.
Those are good times.
All right, I want to get into this here. This is something I sent you, but I want to share it with the world. This is a new segment. This is a new segment that I'm debuting here, and you guys can send shit in too. All right, if you find anything out in the wild, definitely let us know. But this is from Facebook here, and I seen it, and I'm like, this is a new segment idea. So it's in a Facebook group called The Group, where you anonymously ask for brutally honest advice. And this guy is taking them up on their offer. Okay. And basically, I'm not even going to say basically, I'm just going to read what he said. All right. So he says here, the anonymous member here, that he was dating a woman for about a month, and I hate how things ended between us. Well, how could they have possibly have ended? Let's see. She invited me over to her house for the first time, and I wanted to just chill and wanted to just chill with me and watch a show. I started kissing her and tried to finger her. She told me to stop and said, how come I have to be overly sexual when we hang out? Why can't we just chill for once? But I thought she was just playing. I really thought she didn't mean it. I was persistent in fingering her because I just wanted her to relax so I can give her some head. Like, come on, dude. I just want to give you some head, bro. You know what I mean? Okay. She said no. I pulled off her pants and she still wasn't letting up. She said stop again. And then I really realized she meant it. And I felt embarrassed that I just got up and left. She called me afterwards and told me that she wanted to end things between us. And I told her I never wanted her anyways. I just wanted to fuck, but I didn't.
That's what I hate, these things of like these angry little men where like girls, you know, reject their advances in whatever way, whether that's physical, sexual, or whether they're just being ignored on text or dating apps, whatever. Like when a girl isn't like
into it or like giving it back.
Yeah, like she's not giving into his advances in whatever context it is. Then he goes, well, I didn't like you anyway. You were ugly. Like, you know how stupid that looks and sounds?
Yeah, especially like because
you were just quadruple texting her, bro.
Yeah, right.
You don't.
Now,
you're ugly. Like, you know, it's like some stupid like doing like some shit. Like, it's almost like some like middle school playground shit.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's like
if you're stupid, you're ugly. You know,
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
I see that all the time. You know, like on.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. And she blocked me on everything. This was 2 weeks ago ish, and I miss her. She's a very good woman. I just want to know how can I win her back because I know I messed up badly.
You can't, bro. You tried to rape her.
I mean, essentially, that's putting it mildly. Like, she told you no, and she probably told you no respectfully, and then you're just like trying to rip her fucking pants off. Like, what the fuck are you doing, buddy? Like, come on, dude. It's rape, dude. The fuck. And I did have one more. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, though.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it shouldn't matter. You didn't like her anyway, dude. Why does it matter? All right, and here's one here that was fucking blew me the fuck away. So it's not always going to be rape shit. It's going to just so if you come across anything online that's absolutely wild, you can't believe what you're reading, send
DM
them to
us, DM it to us, tweet it to us, whatever you want to do.
Something.
Send it on Instagram, DM, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, edit names if you want to. So that one there, I didn't have to edit anything because it was an anonymous person, so whatever. This one here, the name's blacked out, as well as the profile picture here. But this person says, life hack. To calm a newborn, mix NyQuil with breast milk. It's worked on all my children for the past 21 years. And this kid's just fucking iced out, dude. Like,
look at that. Look at those hand tattoos. Tell me what kind of. Tell me everything I need to know about what kind of parent this person is.
I mean, hey, it's worked on all their kids for the past 21 years. Who are we to say? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb here, and I'm going to provide medical advice. Don't give your fucking newborn NyQuil.
Hey, so they have kids in their 20s, and this person just had another kid.
I'm thinking it may have been like a grandkid or something.
True, maybe. Man, that could be.
I mean, fuck, dude. NyQuil for a newborn, like, I can't. I mean, I get it. Kids cry. I get it, dude. You want them to go to sleep. You don't fucking drug your kid. Like, on a larger scale, there was some. Casey Anthony was giving her kid like what, fucking codeine or some shit.
Chloroform.
There you go. Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Because then that's how, like, on like the computer or whatever, on their search history, it said like how much if they were Googling like how much chloroform is safe or some shit like that.
Yeah, don't fucking drug your kids by any means. I mean, that should go without saying. Like, what the fuck, man? Pretty simple.
Should just be a given, but apparently not to some people.
So Jack will tell you with the shit I see on my Facebook and just how my life is overall. We're gonna have many more submissions. Yeah, that segment in the coming weeks here. So what do you want to do? You want to wrap up with the boxing match?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Or wrap up with that and then do this nurse murder thing, and do the nurse murder and then.
Yeah, we can wrap up. We can wrap up with the boxing and do the nurse murder thing. I forgot about that.
All right. Let's wrap on a high note on True Crime Tuesday. So we'll get into this here. This poor woman went on vacation in Budapest, as it pulls up here, and we have some disturbing details to share with you guys. So disturbing details emerge after an American nurse killed in Budapest, a city she called her happy place. Family members of a 31-year-old American tourist who was killed while on vacation in Hungary's capital mourned their loss, while a 37-year-old suspect was in custody Saturday. The victim, Mackenzie Mikowski from Portland, Oregon, was reported missing November 5th after she was last seen at a nightclub in central Budapest. Police launched a missing person investigation and reviewed security footage from local nightclubs where they observed Mikowski with a man later identified as the suspect in several of the clubs the night of her disappearance. The man was detained on November 7th and questioned by police and later confessed to the killing. Oh, so he confessed too. A Budapest court ordered him to remain detained, it said on Monday. Before the confession, the victim's friend and family and friends had launched an effort to find her, starting a Facebook group to gather tips on her whereabouts. Her parents traveled to Hungary to assist in the search, but while en route, learned that she had been killed. Fuck. At a candlelight vigil in Budapest on Saturday night, the victim's father, Bill Mikowski, told the Associated Press that he was still overcome with emotion by the death of his daughter. There was no reason for this to happen. I'm still trying to wrap my arms around what happened. I don't know that I ever will. Police detained a suspect, an Irish citizen. Shame on you. Investigators said that Mikowski and the suspect met at a nightclub and danced before leaving for the man's rented apartment. The man killed Mikowski.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, this is giving me Natalie Holloway vibes.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, like, why, bro? Because she wasn't from there? You thought you could get away with it or something? Like, what the fuck? The man killed Mikowski while they were engaged in an intimate. So, dude, she gave it up, and you're killing her? The fuck, bro? Like, your night was a success, dude. You picked up an American foreign chick at a club, took her home. You're about to fuck her or are fucking her, and you kill her? Let's see. At present, it is not possible to establish exactly how she was killed. This is the subject of the ongoing investigation. The suspect who, man, they do shit really weird over in Europe. The suspect whom police identified by the initials LTM. Why are you giving me his fucking initial? It doesn't help. confessed to the killing, but said it had been an accident. Oh, okay. I think I know what
She
happened here.
Tripped and fell.
No, I think that she liked to be choked, and he doesn't know how to properly choke a woman.
He didn't watch
like in the sex.
times.
Yeah, so there's like a certain way you have to do it that I learned the hard way because I did it to one chick and she fucking passed out, dude, and it was fucking scary as fuck, dude. And she's like, "No, you don't do it there," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Police said that he had attempted to cover up his crime by cleaning. See, and this is what's going to get him, dude. Like, you don't do that. Like, if that happens, you call the police immediately. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Police said that he had attempted to cover up his crime by cleaning the apartment and hiding her body in a wardrobe, which I guess would be a closet over there, before purchasing a suitcase and placing her body inside. Come on, man.
They're going to find that.
He then rented a car and drove to Lake Balaton. Yeah, dude. Around 90 miles southwest of Budapest, where he disposed of the body in a wooden area. What the fuck? Video released by the police showed the suspect guiding authorities to the location where he had left the body. Police said the suspect had made internet searches before being apprehended on how to dispose of a body, police procedures in missing persons cases, whether pigs really eat dead bodies in the presence of wild boars in the area where he dumped the body. Her brother told CBS affiliate KOIN TV that his sister, who went by Kenzie, loved Portland and made it her home. She worked as a neurosurgery nurse practitioner at Providence St. Vincent. The station reported, and the medical center said its community is deeply saddened by the news of her death. Going on to say what a great person she was. And there's a picture of her right there. Sad. The Irish Foreign Ministry told AFP it is aware of the case and is providing consular assistance. More than $40,000 has been raised on a GoFundMe site for her. It says donation will be used so their family can bring her home and have costs for travel and funeral arrangements, along with any costs associated with ensuring justice for Kenzie. Well, you know what? Because she was a visitor over there, I think that the foreign country, Budapest, and they're Hungary in this case, they should be the ones paying for this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems fair to me. Her family shouldn't have to be on the hook for that shit, dude.
Definitely not.
She was a guest in their country, and she had her life taken, and for nothing, because she went out for a decent night. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sad shit. I'll definitely keep an eye on that too, as we go into these coming weeks here. And man, right around the holidays too. These stories really piss me off around the holidays because it's like you guys are mad selfish.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude? Just think of other people. You know what I mean? Like the fuck, man. Like people have families and shit. Like goddamn. All right, let's see what we got here. So, I'm trying to find a poster. Did they not make a poster for this? Oh wait,
I'm pretty sure they did because I went to like 2 different sports bars in the last week, and they had like fucking posters for it inside.
Yeah, I found one. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So the fight that we've all been waiting for, the fight that everyone thinks is maybe rigged. I mean, so I can't believe people are even like accusing this, only because Mike Tyson would not do that, dude.
Yeah,
I can't see Mike Tyson throwing it.
He had the fight against old ass Roy Jones Jr. a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it's rigged. I don't think anything about Jake Paul's career is like rigged or fake. What I do think is that he has a team of like some really smart analytic data people who like always who find the best opponent for him. And a lot of times it's been bigger names, and there's a few that aren't that big of names, but he's always won except when he lost to Tyson Fury's brother. And so I like his last fight was against Mike Perry, a seasoned veteran of both UFC and bare knuckle, and he won by decision. So it's like, that was his first like convincing win to me, because before that, it's not that the other ones weren't convincing, but it's that the other ones were like over the hill UFC guys in boxing, like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley. Like those guys are both a little up there in age, and they also like don't do box. Like their specialty isn't boxing. So that's why his first fight, the fight against Mike Perry, was the most convincing to me, because that's a guy in his prime who has great experience in both UFC and bare knuckle fighting. So I think the way this fight's going to go is, again, even though it's an official fight, it's not an exhibition fight like the Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight. I think it's going to be a lot like that fight physically. And I think that Jake Paul will win by decision. I just don't see like Mike Tyson like getting knocked out and humiliating himself. So I just see Jake Paul winning by decision.
Let me ask you this: would you be surprised if Tyson did pull it off?
No, I wouldn't be. But it's just, he's 60 years old.
Yeah. The age factor is definitely playing a big role here. And it's weird for me because like I grew up on Mike Tyson. Like I watched him bite Evander Holyfield's fucking ear off. I watched that live.
When I was at my grandparents' house last week, I was like, "Oh, Mike Tyson has a fight next week," and they like both looked at me like they thought I was crazy. I'm like, "Yeah, he's got a boxing fight next week."
Yeah, and it is a big deal. Like people who don't really care about this shit care about it because of Mike Tyson.
Yeah, like I see people on Facebook, like adults who aren't even really into sports, aren't into UFC or any of the combat shit, and they're talking about how they're going to have a party to fucking watch this at their house.
Yeah. I'm gonna have people over, because I have Netflix, so
and it's also they also were great idea. And then on Saturday we have UFC at Madison Square Garden, which is always huge. So it's nice because this is kind of like the little prelude to that, for any fight fan like myself. So it's great that it's genius that they had this on a Friday instead of on a Saturday where it interferes with all that other shit.
Yeah. So it was planned out well. And like you said, this is probably all credit to Jake's team, A lot of planning went into this, and to me, because I grew up on Friday night fights. Like my grandfather was a huge boxing fan.
Joe Tessitore, Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, man, and my grandfather was a huge boxing fan, and every Friday night, he would watch boxing, even if it was on like Univision or some shit, dude. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a shit if he understood what these guys were saying or not. He just liked boxing.
Yeah.
So, like Friday Night Fights, he didn't have to know the guys to watch it. He was just a fight fan, dude.
Yeah.
This is what he was. So I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate they put it on Friday because it's like a throwback for me. Because, like I said, like when I was younger, Friday Night Fights was a big thing. Like my grandfather would order pizza and be like drinking a beer or whatever, watching Friday Night Fights.
He'd be like Paulie from The Sopranos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was actually his birthday yesterday, my grandfather.
Either way, no matter how the fight goes, it will be a spectacle that will be enjoyed by multiple different generations.
Yeah,
so and that's the most important part of it, I think.
Yeah, and people may have their opinion about Jake Paul or whatever.
Yeah, Jake Paul and celebrity boxing and all that.
But he's breathing some life back into boxing.
He really is. The last 5 years has been more interesting for boxing than the last 15. I mean, besides Floyd Mayweather, now like before 2015, I couldn't name any fucking boxers besides Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Now I know, 24 at least.
Yeah. I was gonna say now you're like semi-educated on boxing.
He definitely like breathed some life into it that it was lacking for a long time.
Yeah, dude, it was a dead sport for a really long time, and there was really, to me, like if Jake Paul didn't get into this shit, I don't think that there was any path back for boxing.
No,
like it had to be someone that already had a name. And like you said, this is multi-generational because you have like the kids who like have been watching Jake Paul for the past 5 years.
Yeah, and then got
the dudes like me who grew up on Tyson.
You got the parents and the grandparents who were watching Mike Tyson in the 1980s and 90s, and then you got like people like me who are kind of like in between, I guess, you know?
Right. Yeah. And like I don't expect to see prime Tyson out there, but like you said, I can't imagine him like embarrassing himself or getting knocked out.
I mean, in a sense, it's like, I don't expect to see prime Tyson out there either, but in a sense, like I think it will at the very least have good entertainment value, like professional wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a really smart move putting it on Netflix because
putting it on Netflix so families can watch it and grandparents can tell their grandkids about Mike Tyson and watch it on Netflix for basically free, you know, like Netflix is what, $10 or something? Like
so like even if you sign up for just this month, right? Like who cares, dude? It's what it's $15 versus a fucking $60 pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, and people weren't going to take the risk to go, all right, I trust that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to have a good enough fight so I could spend $60 and feel comfortable spending it.
Yeah.
Putting it on Netflix is really smart because it's a no risk. It's no risk, dude. Anyone's got $15.
It's no risk and very high reward in terms of in terms of earnings and shit, regardless of who wins or who loses.
Where are they doing this at?
At the Cowboys Stadium.
Oh, really? Oh shit. Okay. Damn. All right. So they actually. Oh shit. They picked a hell of a venue. You can fit 100,000 in that motherfucker.
Well, I think because they've done other boxing there before, I think they typically only have like the first and maybe second level.
Oh, okay.
For like logistics purposes. So it'll probably again only be like the first and second open. Because I remember Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather was at the Miami Dolphins Stadium, and they only had like the first level open for that.
Yeah, now they have an undercard too, right? It's not.
Yeah, it starts at like 5 p.m. Pacific. I think there's 4 fights, 4 undercard fights.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I'm looking at it here. So yeah, I believe it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, you're right, 5 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, about 4 fights. You know, they'll probably come out around what like
4 hours, probably.
Macaroni Tony says he wishes Mike didn't take the fight. Why?
It's just a money grab. It's a fun time. It's it's on par with professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna get knocked fucking unconscious. Jake Paul's never knocked anyone out besides Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, and I think too, like, I mean, if Mike Tyson gets knocked out, I'll actually be sad about that.
Yeah, I don't think don't see it happening. But hey, I could be completely wrong. I've been completely wrong about other things. So
yeah. I mean, I hope not. Just for his own legacy, you know.
Yeah.
Like, not that I had money on it or anything. For his own legacy, I hope that it does go to a decision. Like for me, like I'd be ecstatic if he won, but I'm trying to be realistic and factor in age and understand that this guy's like half his fucking age. You know, he's like just Father Time's undefeated. You know, he's not going to move like Jake's moving. You know, but again, he is Mike Tyson, so I don't. So we will definitely be covering the fallout from the fight.
We'll be back on. We'll be back on Saturday to for the fallout of it.
That. Yeah, absolutely.
For the fallout and talk some UFC, and maybe we'll find another FBI most wanted list because that was a fun thing that we can add as like a segment.
Let's see here.
Did
y'all see Jake's last fight? And I don't want to see him knocked out or anything. The last Holyfield fight when he came out of retirement was embarrassing.
So I didn't see Jake Paul's last fight because I was actually at an MMA thing at the casino here. But I just know that he beat Mike Perry by decision.
He beat him pretty soundly.
I know all those guys seem to have I mean, it's kind of like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones a few years ago. It was sloppy. Yeah. I don't know why these guys keep doing this, including Floyd Mayweather, who keeps having these exhibition fights. But I remember after the Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight, I watched, Floyd Mayweather's press conference.
Yeah.
And people were like, don't you worry about this tarnishing your legacy? And he goes, well, my kids can't eat legacy.
Yeah. Hey, there's no comeback to that because he's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. But, he should never go broke even before that fight.
No. I don't think that's why I just think he does it. Like, he boxes these random ass people in like fucking South Korea and shit. Yeah. Just like for the fun of it,
Yeah, I mean, and also the other part of it too is like if you're Floyd Mayweather and you're at this point in your career, you prove what you got to prove. At this point, just have fun doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
If you want to have an exhibition with some guy in the fucking Philippines, go do it, bro.
Yeah.
People are gonna pay for you to fucking watch it. They're gonna pay to watch you do it, so you may as well. But yeah, we will be back on Saturday. Probably around noon or something.
Yeah, I'd say that. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. So I think the only thing we got planned for Saturday is UFC, right? There's nothing else going on.
Wait, did it end in TKO? I don't know. I'm an NPC when it comes to that. I swear to God, I thought it ended in decision. I could be wrong. That's my bad. I could be wrong. But I honestly didn't know it ended in TKO because it was at this point where I was like, I was doing something else and like I never cared to go back and watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, like, and also another good thing too about them having this on Netflix is that you can go and rewatch it anytime you want. It's not a chore. It's to be on there. Yeah,
like Monday Night Raw in January.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm looking forward to that too because I mean the first one, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna watch it live. But knowing that I don't have to wait 3 weeks for it to be uploaded, means that I can go out and do something on a Monday. I mean, I generally don't, but just in case something came up, I don't have to feel bad about coming home. I can just put it on, cut Netflix on, and just watch Raw from the beginning.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, thanks for spending part of your Tuesday night with you guys, all 26 of you crazy motherfuckers.
Had a good time.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. And again, the viewership didn't dip all night.
Feel free to tune in. Saturday, we're gonna reveal Pookie.
Yeah. The next episode of Talk to a. But all right, guys, y'all have a good one. We'll check in with you guys after this Jake Paul and Tyson fight. And as I always say, stay out of a cell somewhere. All right. Peace.
Salute.